It's the coach. You're set for Madden football on EA Sports. Coming up, the big man, Derrick Henry, fresh off a big game a week ago, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football. And on the call, as always, it's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the Tennessee Titans. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. It's an early test here after 2 losses to start the season, and a game they probably really need.
Obviously, no way do they want to get to 0-3. Not many teams make the playoffs with that kind of a start.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Titans, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They'll be led out by their 6'4" QB from the University of Tennessee. It's Joshua Dobbs.
And I saw that he had an interesting quote in the research packet that we had after last week's game. It's all on me now. I've got to lead my team and find a way for us to win a game. 0-2, but they're at home. I guess he's going to try and find a way to get the home crowd involved early.
A little Jets. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. A loss of 2 there, second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. And now a look at the offense for Jacksonville.
And here comes Leonard Fournette, the big, and I mean big, tailback out of LSU. When he takes the ball inside, people make decisions about whether they want to tackle him or not, and he has enough speed to get to the perimeter and outrun defensive backs. When he puts it all together, he makes the Jaguars' offense very difficult.
Here's Dobbs to throw. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Humphries now to return. Touchdown, Titans. One of the more impressive punt returns you will see. That one from 87 yards away, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. They get the stop defensively, force the punt. They score without their offense even stepping on the field.
I remember playing on special teams and teasing the guys on offense like, look, you don't even worry about it. You guys just hang out over there. We'll bring this one all the way back and get the points we need. In this case, they actually got that done.
Santos with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. A for Jacksonville as they take the field here again on offense. Tough start to the season. Not only do you play Kansas City and you also lose your quarterback, Nick Foles. Now, look, Gardner Minshew came in, did a nice job, but where do they go from here, Charles?
Well, we all know they're going to try and lean heavily on Leonard Fournette running the ball, but you would think every defense would stack the line of scrimmage and see how that works out and then try and dare Gardner Minshew to beat him over the top. So that means that those receivers out wide, they'll have to start making some big-time plays for him. Marquise Lee, D.D. Westbrook, Chris Conley, DJ Chark, they've got to pick up their quarterback, help their offense out until they get Nick Foles back running things again.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home here. Let's make these babies cry.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
On 3rd down, Dobbs. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Dobbs looking to throw on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mariota now after the fumble recovery. He'll rifle this one deep right side, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now a first-time 1,000-yard rusher from a season ago, it's Derrick Henry. Touchdown, Titans! Derrick Henry, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
Now the point after try for Santos. And it's good to make it 14-0. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down. Dobbs. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
12 yards on the return that time, and it'll be Titan football. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong. Only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, you know, getting the groundwork laid for the season or for a game. And that's what they've done with the running game so far. It reminds me of when I first went to the University of Tennessee. And believe it or not, I was a quarterback for a day and a half. And the first practice session, the first play we ran was 28 pitch, which is a toss sweep. And I remember the offense coordinator saying, that's our identity, that's our bread and butter, that's the basis of our offense. We got to get that down right here, right now. I think we're seeing some of that in this running game here.
So did you not get that down, and that's why you were moved to the defense, or what?
I don't know for that reason, but I do know I saw a couple of guys throw, and immediately they were saying, you know, you need to learn how to backpedal.
Hey, you turn into a heck of a DB, though, partner. That's good for 28 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now it's a bootleg with Mariota. Walker with a grab, left side. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. Second quarter now, Titans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Second quarter now, Titans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Throwing is Mariota, eluding the pressure. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. Marcus Mariota, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big
He's got him in. Complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 45 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
And he'll lose lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
At the 32-yard line.
You ain't going nowhere.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
On 2nd and 11 now. Dobbs. Blitz coming and down he goes. Daquan Jones fighting his way home to get the sack.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Out of the gun, Dobbs. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
It'll be just an 18-yard punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Marcus Mariota and the offense heading back out for their next possession. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw Mariota. Forced out to his left. And an alley to run. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now they'll run with Lewis. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Dion Lewis, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Santos now to add the PAT. Nice run for the score. He also had some help in getting to the end zone.
Plenty of help. Everyone had it figured out. Get someone blocked up, give the runner a chance to use his vision and get to the end zone. Couldn't have been drawn up any better.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
On On 2nd and 10, Dobbs. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A big-time return there, 40 yards. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10. Dancing to his left. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Partner, it's often the man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. Flushed, and he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. Marcus Mariota in the final seconds of the 1st half as his guys continue to pour it on.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. It's a short kick, taken at the 15. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to our Tiburon Studios here in Orlando. We'll take a minute and look ahead at what's to come this weekend in week number 3. In the early games, a lot of good matchups, one being in Indianapolis. A tough one for the Colts as they'll be forced to reckon with the Atlanta Falcons. Out on the West Coast, more good stuff in the late afternoon.
And we will skip the highlight show this week, get right back to this week 3 matchup. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Titans to take over on offense. Last week they got the victory against the Colts, so they lead this one as well as they begin things here 1st and 10. Second half begins with a run by Henry. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Here's Mariota. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant you to flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. And pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Harold Landry, his second sack of the night.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Keelan Cole, the intended target, and now it's third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Back to throw Dobbs. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll bring up fourth down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule.
Derrick Henry all alone. The 30, the 20. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry, an 80-yard touchdown as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for third down. From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. He'll get that to DeValve, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. Daquan Jones in on the tackle there.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Again, it's Fournette. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 33.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
It's a loss of 4. Now third down. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Here's Dobbs to throw. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The kick by Lambeau is good, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Henry relishing the chance to be the Titans' lead dog. He's in the backfield again on 1st and 10. Out to his left. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Got a man, it's Humphries. Touchdown, Tennessee. Adam Humphries with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys continue to pour it on. Santos with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And last time, able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Dobbs now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Dobbs. It's complete to Chris Conley. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Operating from the gun, Dobbs. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The running back, Leonard Fournette, his intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Dobbs. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Throwing here, Dobbs. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. On 1st and 10, Dobbs. And his throw's going to be incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Dobbs open out on the left side. This is Cole. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Now Dobbs. He's got the hook up to Lee. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. From the gun, Dobbs. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Harold Landry able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Now from the 9, here's second and goal. Dobbs is throwing. This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That catch good for 8, but still, it's third and goal now. This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on third and goal. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Harold Landry in there to get him yet again. That is his third sack tonight. They can't figure him out. And here just playing for pride at this point. Down big, but they'll go for it on fourth and goal. Dobbs. And this is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the fourth down pass attempt. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey. Mariota here to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... And got his man, complete. He's at the 30, past the 20. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this one. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Jacksonville, good night, everybody.
Feel like